lot of them fade off after a while. You see that, okay, this guy's last post was January. Why? Because it's not consistent. He sees the market, oh, there's so many people in this market, it's not good, let me go into something else. Why? Every market you go into is saturated. What I mean by that, every market already has people in it.
Example, if you are doing something, you can't duplicate and leverage, you are owning a self-employed job.
A lot of boys in the hood, had to go all the way. And I always said to myself, like, why not bring it to them? So I thought, if I brought it to them, would they buy? Rather than having to, taking a trustee from here to Accra. So at that point, I was, trying to study the sneaker market and see which shoes are boys buying at that time. And at that time, Jordans were a thing. Everybody wanted a pair of Jordans. So what I did, I had a friend whose mom had a store in Accra. She used to bring shoes, although they didn't even know what they were doing. All they were doing was bringing shoes. So I used to send him the pictures and say, okay, the mom is importing shoes. Import this for me, And I did all that. Meanwhile, I didn't even have the money to do this. But sometimes in life, you need someone's help. You understand? Sometimes you can't do everything on your own. And funny enough, sometimes your family is not even going to help you.
Yeah.
But when you, as a young man, has made a decision to do something for yourself, the first step is involving God. A lot of people will not tell you this, they will only tell you the glamour of how they hustled hard. That is not just it. Involving God is the first step. I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm trying to tell you the secret of my success. A lot of young people will see me from afar, hey, fraud boy, this. Because, they just see you young, you're in your car or you're in your shop and everybody knows that, okay, you have 3 businesses, 4 businesses. Envy is there, so there's whispers, fraud boy, this. But those who really know the times that 5 years ago, I was trying to sell sneakers to the boys in the hood, not everybody is going to know that. People don't see the struggles you've made in the beginning. They only see the glamour at the end. So one advice I'll give to each and every one of you here, if you're trying to start something, the first factor is the God factor. Involve God in whatever it is you're trying to do. So that was what I did. I want to start a sneaker business. I don't have the money. What do I do? And I prayed about it. God, I'm not from a wealthy home. It wouldn't make sense to my parents if I go say that I need 1,000 Ghana to buy 5 shoes to resell. They want you to graduate, go for a job in an office and all that. And that has never been my desire. I never wanted to do 9 to 5.
So you always wanted to be...
I always wanted to do my own thing. Do my own thing, have my own money, and in turn take care of my parents and make them proud. That's the African son idea, So that's what kept pushing me. Like, I don't want to have to ask my father for money to eat, credit to buy, stuff like that. So all those things pushed me. And lo and behold, there was a guy I was personally buying clothes from to wear. So something just said I should talk to him. It's not everybody you speak to and say, Charlie, I'm trying to do your business, help me. Not everybody is going to, agree to do that. And he was kind enough to give me like 5 shoes and say, okay, I'll test it. Take these 5 shoes. He doesn't know me from anywhere. He just gave me these 5 shoes and told me to go and sell. And funny enough, I sold them within like 3 days. And I said, wow, this is something I can actually do. You see? And then from there, I made like about, let's say, 150 cedis profit off those shoes. I started going to buy 2 shoes, 3 shoes, reselling, keeping the money to rebuy shoes. That's what I kept doing. But it took that person's help for me to realize that this is a gap I can actually fill. And then the boys around will stop going all the way to Accra, but rather will come to me and say, Charlie, Friday there, we get this thing for you, they need this shoe, that shoe, that shoe. So I became like the area supplier. You understand what I'm saying? And funny enough, I was making just about 10 to 15, 20 cedis on one shoe, but at that time, Charlie, was money. I could feed you for like 2 days, 20 cedis, So that was it. So that's what started it. And from there, I just kept on flipping the money, sell one shoe, keep the profit, buy another shoe, And I was disciplined. a lot of people will think, okay, when you're young and you start seeing money, the first thing that comes to your head is buy this for yourself, buy this for. But I could wear one trouser for like repeatedly, like I deprived myself from those things that I knew would not help me move ahead. And I always tell people, all these kind of things that that, okay, you started something and you started seeing money, then you start going to eat in expensive places just because you think you've made some money, it's not going to help you. When you know you can comfortably spend money today and spend that same money consecutively for the next 1 month, then you know you can do such. But if you know you're going to buy 40 cedis food for lunch, and you can't do that consecutively for 1 week, then you can't afford it. Do you understand? So discipline and consistency is two keys that you need to have. When you're disciplined, you discipline yourself, you know that, okay, this is what I'm doing, so I'm not going to let anything discourage me, I'm not going to let anything push me back. Then that's one key. Consistency means you start something, things get difficult, you don't stop, you keep pushing. A lot of people try to do my business. I mean, right now you can see there's a lot of people on Instagram selling shoes. You gotta admit, sometimes you're confused, you don't even know who to buy from. But a lot of them fade off after a while. You see that, okay, this guy's last post was January. Why? Because it's not consistent. He sees the market, oh, there's so many people in this market, it's not good, let me go into something else. Why? Every market you go into is saturated. What I mean by that, every market already has people in it. If you go to, let's say, Medina market now, on a road there's 10 people selling tomatoes, 10 people selling pepper on the same street, but at the end of the day, they all have money to eat. You understand? Because it doesn't matter how many people are in the market. It's all about you knowing what you're doing, the value you're giving to the customer, and the customer relationship. That's one thing that helps me in my business. The relationship I have with my customers. A lot of people tell me, oh, the way your business is going, you're not supposed to have that one-on-one relationship with your customers. What if you're not around? How are they going to handle it? But I feel that what has helped me is that relationship with my customers. And a lot of people will be like, oh, why don't you post your prices online? I'd never post my prices because I want you who wants the item to send me a message with your number. I save your number, and one-on-one, we're having a conversation. That is why I don't have a website. A lot of people say, your company is big, why don't you have a website? I want to have that relationship with my customers. If I had a website, it's going to be a direct chain. You order, we deliver, you order, we deliver. There will be no relationship to retain the customer. And retaining a customer is very important. I'm not trying to sell these sneakers to you today so you can go somewhere else to buy another sneaker tomorrow. I want to keep on selling everything you need. You understand? I want to be that guy that, oh Charlie, I'll become your friend. So you know, before you think of calling some other store, you're going to call your friend because you know your friend sells. But that's not always the case, because even most times, I wouldn't lie to you, 50% of my friends don't buy from me. When I started, 80% of my friends didn't support me. I can be posting this water, or I sell Voltic. I'll see 10 of my friends holding Voltic. Where did you get it from? You didn't buy it from me. But you know I have Voltic. My Voltic is 1 cedi. Bro, how much do you buy a Voltic? 1 cedi, 50 pesos. What does it take you to actually, buy from? So that's why I'm trying to make you understand that the people around you might not support you. The people around you might not input in what you're doing. You understand? But you're supposed to shun all that, put all that aside and focus on where you're trying to be, because it's only you that knows where you're trying to be. And in most cases, nobody is going to help you. But it's that consistency and that belief that you know that, okay, Charlie, I know what I want and I know what I'm pursuing, and definitely if I keep pushing, it would succeed. And people look down on a lot of businesses, trust me. I have a friend, his name is Jeff. Sorry that I'm talking. I have a friend, his name is Jeff. He finished from UPSA, and for 2 years, I think a year or so, he didn't have a job. You know how it can be. So this guy was walking in Atomic one day. Atomic, that's the place, and he was buying watches. And then he thought to himself, Charlie, a lot of people have to walk to the street to get watches. Why not bring the watches to them? See, noticing a gap. Yes, maybe there were already people doing that.
Yeah.
But who cares? If you can make it work and give yourself a competitive advantage over your competitors, why not? So he thought to himself, let him start watching delivery service. So after the sales the woman made that day, he went to see her and said, oh, madam, can I give you a contract to be making 10 packs of wachi for me at a cheaper price, package it properly, you know. And she said, why not? And she did that for him. The first 10 packs she made for him, he himself went into traffic and he sold those 10 packs of wachi within 30 minutes. And then he came back home and was like, wow, he sold one pack for 9 cedis. So do the math. 90 Ghana within 30 minutes. You understand? And probably his cost of production was maybe half of that. And then he said, this is something you can actually do. And I wouldn't pretend like when he told me about it, I wasn't a bit skeptical. I was like, Jeff, watch it.
Watch you, Paul.
You Bob, like he came to me and said, Charlie, this is what I'm on about. Watch it. And then I was like, Charlie, if you can make it work, why not? That's what I said to him. And that was it. Then I told him that, look, branding is everything. In this business game, in this entrepreneurial world, branding is everything. It is branding that sets the power for you. It is branding that gives you that sometimes that competitive advantage. A lot of people sell sneakers, but they don't brand themselves. You understand? A brand is like when they mention the name of your brand or your company, what's the first thing that comes to the mind of the consumer or the buyer? So you positioning your brand in the minds of the consumers is very important. So if I sell sneakers, I have packaged myself in a way that anybody that says, oh, where can I get sneakers in Accra? There's no possibility that the name of my company will not be mentioned in that list. Because I've put myself in that position in the minds of the consumers. So branding is very important. Before you start any business, your brand must be like visible. When I say visible, people must be able to say, this logo is this guy's company. And your logo must be distinctive. You know, people just do any scribble and then just, you know. But when you see my logo, all the companies I have, I make the logos in the sense that you will be stuck to the logo for like 5 minutes trying to figure out, you know, like it's very attractive. That goes along with it. You know, and then someone sees your logo and, this is very interesting, takes your number, you know, stuff like that. So branding is very important. It gives you a competitive advantage. So going back to my friend's story, so he branded the thing and called it Atomic Wachi. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all heard of that.
We've all heard of it, right? Called it Atomic Wachi. Went to print paper bags, printed t-shirts. You know, you will see it from afar. This guy is a joke. What's he doing? Nice logo with the dispatch drawn on it. And he and his girlfriend and 2 of his friends came on board. You know, he pitched the idea to them. Obviously, he pitched the idea to some of his friends and they, Charlie, watch it here, Charlie, better me can do my bank job. You understand? His wife left her job to join him.
Wow.
Yeah. Join him. And then his 2 friends also that didn't have jobs also joined him. And then they were doing it. And within like a week, these guys were selling 100 packs every day. And they start work 9 and by 12 they're done. And they're able to sell 100 packs. Do the math, 9 cedis per pack times 100 packs. No job right now can give you that every morning. Even if they are 4 and they make that amount and they divide it within themselves, come on, you know they're going to take a reasonable amount home. Even if their cost of production was 6 cedis and they're making 3 cedis profit per unit, that's still good profit. So they saw that this is something that could actually work and they started expanding. So the way Coco King started putting places, you know how Coco King have places in traffic, he did the same. Atomic stands in different places, selling wachi to people in traffic. You see, and it's working so well. Now he has 4 delivery bikes, 2 vans, and 1 other car for deliveries. Wachi. How?
No, I think I have to hold it. I'm trying to still do this. I'm still doing the math in my head, because here we go. Wow.
It's a lot of money, I know.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Because even if they make their cost of production is 6 cedis, right?
Yes.
They sell it for 9 cedis.
Yes.
And they sell 100 packs a day.
Exactly.
That is 300 Ghana cedis. And they do it 5 times.
5 times a week.
That's 1,500 Ghana
Of
cedis
course.
in a week. And the average business won't pay you that a week.
week.
But that's how much someone earns in a bank a month.
A month.
Even less than that.
Even less.
Yeah.
So that's 1,005 times 4. David, what was that?
That's 6,000 cedis a month.
6,000
And there are 4 of them. If they part away with 6,000, each person is getting how much? 2,000? Each person gets
1,500.
1,500.
That's a lot.
From selling watch it.
For 3 hours a day.
3 hours a day.
Like
so
no stress.
the rest of the day, he came in, he bought a PlayStation from my shop. I'm like, what are you going to do with this PlayStation? He said, Charlie, after 12, I'm literally doing nothing. You see, like, you see, from noticing a gap that was possibly already filled by other companies that didn't take it serious. Maybe somebody else did Vika Wachi or something else, but they didn't take it as serious as he did. And now, only God knows how much packs.
I think it's actually a very key thing, because sometimes I see people trying to do, and you're right, that stigma people attach to selling business. I am a corporate.
Yes.
So I've seen people who sell packed food on the street, and I've said it to myself, but this. No, I've honestly legit said that before. I've seen people when I was in school, when I was back in campus, I see people selling food when I'm going to school.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, actually, I understand what you're doing. People are in traffic, so you're holding. But I think my point was that, like, if I'm going to, and I still strongly hold on to that belief. If I'm going to buy food in a pack from someone, I don't know you.
Stay true.
I would prefer to buy something that's branded.
Exactly.
Than buy a regular pack with no name.
Plain pack.
Then, what do you guys do it
No
for?
brand to hold.
Because at least if I see Atomic Watch, I know that I can follow these people. Okay, this is how they do their process, so at least I can trust. And I think that's what they capitalized on so much, so that the average user or road user, when he sees Atomic, okay, well, this is these people, like these are
they've taken it seriously.
Yeah, they've taken it seriously. So they're not trying to poison me. They're not trying to like.
Exactly.
So I think that's
why, because their brand is on the line.
Exactly.
So imagine this guy buys a pack of Atomic this morning and starts vomiting or constipating, and then his friend sees that, Charlie, why? What you chop this morning? Charlie, Atomic watch it. That's all. Word of mouth. It can break you or make you. That's another thing I was going to come to. It can break you or make you. That is why customer relationship is important. Now, if I don't have contact with you, you bought a pair of paper bags from me, Nike paper bags, and after a month, it tears or it rips off. I don't have contact with you for you to complain to me. You're probably going to complain on my website, but I wouldn't see it, because there will be maybe a complaint section that companies hardly check. You understand? But if we have that personal relationship, oh Charlie, Vika, what's up? This sneaker where I buy from you last month, this be what happened. Oh Charlie, sorry about that. I will compensate you. Come to the shop, go replace and give you. That act that I've done it to keep you as a customer, because you know that I care. And it's not just some big company out there that you go and buy, oh, no refunds, no exchange. That relationship that I have with you, this is what is keeping you as my customer. And it's what is making you buy from me frequently. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, word of mouth, when I said it can make you and break you, it's very serious. I've had that experience before. You know, when you just start a business and you've not properly done research on what you're selling, but you're just trying to fill the gap, you make mistakes. When I started and I saw that, okay, sneakers were selling, I stopped doing quality check at one point. Because, Charlie, the money was coming. So I'll buy, I'll sell. I wouldn't check if the glue is showing. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't check the stitching of the sneaker, because I don't care how. At that time, I didn't have anybody to sit like this and talk to me, and we didn't think of going online to read on marketing strategies and all that kind of stuff. So it was very, very difficult for us to make decisions. So we just do whatever we know that will make us flip the cash. So if we see a sneaker like this, okay, this sneaker that moves, I'll buy 10. I wouldn't even check to see if it's neat, if it's packaged well, if they've sewn it properly. And I'll go and sell it to this guy, he'll wear it. After 1 week, it rips off. He goes to tell his friend, Charlie, this shoe where I buy from Vika last week, see, you know, reach 1 week, sell the tin spot. This guy will go and tell this guy. This guy will go and tell this guy, go brand this spot. Nobody would want to patronize you anymore.
So I have a question. I think I've always wondered how you guys do this. For example, when you bring shoes down, is it that you put all the shoes you see there, or like as an arrangement? I don't know if you get my question.
Is it based on order, or you just order? Yeah. You just bring everything.
So like everything you order down in your shop, you have to pay for it and own it.
Yeah.
Before you sell it, or you have an arrangement.
No supplier is going. Funny enough, I've never met my suppliers in person, but I've probably sent over $30,000 to them, but I've never met them. But it's like when you've done this business to a certain stage, you start ordering items even without someone ordering for it. It's like cash crops now. You know, in every business there are cash crops. In our business, sneaker business, we have cash crops like these sneakers they're both wearing. It's Nike Vapor Max. It's one of the best selling sneakers. And I capitalize on that. I know that, okay, Charlie, if I'm ordering Vapor Max, I'm ordering 40 pairs. Because I know that every day I'm getting 3-4 orders of Vapor Max. So I can't start now trying to order from China for you size 42. So I have inventory. That's because I'm at the stage where I need inventory. I need to have this thing in stock. It's different when 3 years ago when Charlie, somebody calls, oh, I need this pair of sneakers, oh, Charlie, it will take 1 week to arrive Ghana, stuff like that, you know. That makes the person like, oh, Charlie, 1 week is too long. Before you know, they've gone to your competition. They've gone to your competitor and they bought it. You've lost the customer, you've lost money. So if you have it down already, it's a system you put in place to make everything easier for you. So everything we have in the inventory, we paid for it in full. No supplier is going to give you credit sale. No supply. And it's very dangerous as well, taking goods on credit. Because what if at the end of the day, you're not able to pay for it, you know? But at the beginning stage, if you're able to get someone who, you know, willing to give you something on credit, it helps. But you get to a stage where you realize that if you can afford to get inventory for yourself, or if you can afford to do whatever it is you're doing by yourself,